But that's the two objectives of a university. A university is not to make people feel like they're loved. That's what parents and girlfriends and boyfriends are for.
I actually want to start off by a bogus, false, atrocious claim he made. No,
Wow.
studying at home is not I forgot the exact word he used, but it's not cool. Okay, it's so much better to be in person where you actually see people to actually study. Let's just get that out of the way, okay?
All right, y'all, you know what time it is. It's the Milkman, and right now we've got news that we're going to talk about it. Western University is thinking about getting rid of their Proctortrack application. And, you know, I did a video before about McMaster and the respondus and how the students are actually responding to respondus. It was like a negative response. So now we're going to get into Western, because if you didn't know, Proctortrack was allegedly hacked and the data of a lot of the students was actually found. So we have an article here. It was by Ashley Goveus in the Western Gazette. It's titled Western Reviewing Alternative Programs to Proctortrack. And we got here, Western is currently reviewing an alternative to Proctortrack, and it may be implemented in the upcoming summer and fall semesters, pending coronavirus restrictions and talks with the company. So, as you know, it's an online proctoring tool used to survey students. This is one of the main concerns, is surveying students that are taking remote exams. And it's been a hot button issue. So to talk on this hot button issue, I got two very distinguished gentlemen here. I got Hafiz. Hafiz, if you want to say a couple words for the audience.
What's up, y'all? My name's Hafiz. I'm a podcast motivational speaker. Hey, listen, if anyone's got any big plans in life, yo, you go for it, and I'm gonna support you all along. All right, all love out here. I love you.
Nice, Hafiz. Okay, we feel the love. And we got Valentino.
Oh man, listen, I'm grateful to be here. I appreciate your platform, both of you guys. I like what you guys are doing, and I wish you guys all the success. And I hope we make some good strides here.
Very nice. Now, both of you gentlemen spent some time at York University. I think Valentino, you are a graduate at York. Is that correct?
Correct.
And
yes.
Hafiz, you're currently at York University, right? So
Correct.
we got two people who have the student experience. Now, Valentino, you think this is a bad idea that they're going to get rid of Proctortrack? Can you explain why this is a bad idea, please?
So I don't know how much times have changed since I've graduated, but I remember when I was in school, one thing that we learned how to do was scam the system. That was one of the most. That was one of the things we were really good at. Not necessarily intentionally, just because a lot of us had to work, go to school. We didn't really have the luxury of staying home, studying from our bedrooms, and that good stuff. Now, with that being said, I know that some of these classes are giving a lot more work because of that. But I realized that because there's online learning, there has to be some kind of standard into ensuring the integrity of the system, including the school system. So right now, this is a program that I would say is the best out right now. It's not a perfect program, but it's one of the best. And I did read in the article that they are working on solutions to better adapt it. But in the meantime, I think it's fair to say that we can't necessarily just put the world on pause. We do have to go with what we got and improve from it.
And Hafiz, you think this is a good idea that they're thinking about replacing the system, hopefully maybe with something a bit more efficient or something that's a bit better? Can you elaborate on
Definitely, without a doubt. For sure. I actually want to start off by a bogus, false, atrocious claim he made. No,
Wow.
studying at home is not I forgot the exact word he used, but it's not cool. Okay, it's so much better to be in person where you actually see people to actually study. Let's just get that out of the way, okay? Yes, I think the system that they have, I think it's a good idea that they're reassessing it. There's been a lot of feedback from students. Students are so frightened to the point before the university even accepts it, they start they're worrying and complaining about the many different ways in which it can infringe on their privacy. There's some absolutely absurd things that this Proctortrack requires in order to use it, right? And the worst part is when students are not given any alternatives or any other options, right? It's like you either take this, and usually you'll know. Usually, I don't know about every single, but one of my courses, I figured out later near the end of the course that we were using this, right? And at that stage, there's no option for me getting a refund because it's past the refund date, and I'm just stuck with using a program that asks me for absurd things like my employment information, my address, what else? Biometric. Why do you need my employment information? Like, I'm jobless already. Why are you asking?
Okay, so Valentino, he said your claims are a bit atrocious. Do you want to respond to that, or?
Yeah, sure. It's funny to see that they're very concerned about the privacy for an app that's watching them do their exam. But these are the same people who have cell phones, who have Google, who have Facebook, who have Instagram, Twitter, all these things that basically, as soon as you open your internet, they track you. As soon as you type something in, you get tracked. They basically send you stuff, what you could buy, what you can sell, they think you need, based on what you search. They're not guessing for that. They have algorithms, and the algorithms are based off of what you track.
Right.
And even the people who think they're very clever and go in incognito mode to explore their special sites, they can still see that. Because if you have Wi-Fi connection, part of the agreement with a Wi-Fi connection is that you're agreeing to have your data shared. Same thing with a cell phone. So when you sign up for a cell phone, you agree to have this information shared with everybody. Anybody who wants to buy it and sell it. Bell, Rogers, TELUS, just to name an example, they sell all your information. That's why you get all these robocallers.
Right. So sorry, before you continue, are you basically saying that this is a selected outrage? So when it comes to university, students want to be outraged, but when it comes to Facebook, when it comes to Twitter, when it comes to Instagram, TikTok, they'll just take it bending over. Is this what you're trying to say to us right now?
No. I think there's also concern with Instagram and Facebook and all these other apps, just to name a few. But I think the concern is a little bit displaced, because if you really think about it, there is no privacy violation at all. Everything that this app is doing is consented. It's fully consented. You have to sign and accept. Those like 50-page documents that say that nobody really reads. They just scroll to the bottom and say either accept or decline.
Right.
Well, if you actually go through them and read them, it tells you exactly what these apps are doing. And if the app doesn't say it, Google says it.
Right.
The internet says it. In order to sign on to these things, you have to waive your rights.
Well,
so
here's my concern, though. Here's my concern with that is, and Hafiz, I want you to touch on this after, is the fact that you enrolled in university thinking that you're going to be going to school to learn, and now all of a sudden, due to COVID, you got to study from home, and you weren't under the impression that you're going to have to waive your consent to privacy now. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of a catch-22 where this is not something that they were aware of. Now, I guess in that instance, they would have to maybe take the year off or so. But anyways, Hafiz, what would you have to say in regards to what Valentino brought up?
So I actually do want to add into that. There's a significant difference between the other day-to-day applications, platforms that we use that do take our information versus the Proctortrack, for instance, where we're not given a choice. Like you say, yes, we do have to sign, we have to agree to our terms of service and whatnot, and we do, but we're not given a choice. It's either you give away your privacy or you don't graduate. The idea of not being given an option and not having a middle ground where we could obtain our privacy. And keep in mind, school is not the same as social media. Like, not a single soul walks into school to have fun. Like, you go to social media platforms to like laugh, to like take a break, for instance, from society. Some people are addicted, different story. But like generally, you go to social media to like take a break from society, and you could uninstall it and like remove it completely with no significant impact on your career, right? That can't be that same thing can't be said with Proctortrack. They give you no option. It's as simple as either you surrender your privacy in this scenario to an unknown company that's had a data breach in its few years of operation. I don't know how long it's operated, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure it's not for too long. And who knows where the information there, and the fact that they downplayed it as well. I do understand every organization does do it, but that certainly doesn't give anyone confidence, the fact that it's being downplayed or whatnot. Okay. Moral of this point is there is no option. We're not given an option. We're just we're like, you have to do this or you don't get your credit, which is needed to graduate, which is the whole point of school. And that's where I disagree with.
Okay. So, Valentino, I'm going to give you a final word. Any last
Yes.
points you want to interject with?
Yes, so I'll just touch up on a few things that he said. So he says that when you're basically done with social media, you can just go back and delete it. That's false. Anything you put on the internet is there forever. It may be deleted for public view, but it's still accessible. And if you know how to use developers, you know how to access that information. That's one thing. Second thing he's saying is that they're not providing you with a choice. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie.
Wow.
They're providing you with a choice that may not be favorable, but there is still a choice. And the choice is to cut it short. I mean, there's other choices, but just as an example, you said either graduate and do it our way or don't graduate. That's still a choice. It's like if I go into a store and they tell me to wear a mask and I tell them I don't want to, they have a right to tell me to leave. And I can tell them all that I want to tell them. I'm making a choice. They can make a choice too. So I think but I think it's fair. I don't want to bash you here, but I think it's fair to say that the choice is not favorable to students. And of course it's not. The universities are a business. They're not in the industry to make students really feel that they're priority number one. Their job is to take information on a related field, provide it to the students, and then assess the students' knowledge on the information they gave them. How they assess it and how they do it, there's various ways. And, again, we've both agreed that they're not perfect, but that's the two objectives of a university. A university is not to make people feel like they're loved. That's what parents and girlfriends and boyfriends are for.
Right. And I guess to touch on what you're saying too, in regards to the university's overall goal, it did state in the article that the university's main goal is to protect the academic integrity of the Western experience. So if they just let anyone take exams without any sort of proctoring, would that render the Western degree worthless? Hafiz, I'm going to let you finish up with your words.
Okay. So I do want to say something that everything I said before was from the perspective of a student. And when you enter into university, you enter with the intention of graduating. And that is the perspective that I was looking at it from. And when you look at it from that perspective, where the end goal is graduation, not necessarily exploring other routes, if that's the end goal and you want to go from point A to point B, then you are not given an option. Well, you're given an option, but like it's the option is either do it our way and achieve your goal or don't do it our way and don't achieve our goal. I also do understand your perspective though, because again, technically you don't necessarily have to graduate. You don't have to go to school at all. But strictly looking at it from a student's perspective who wants or needs to graduate, they're not really given much of an option if that end goal is not an option. Okay. But to end it off, I am all for proctoring in general. I am most certainly not for proctoring that goes beyond what's necessary to maintain the academic integrity. And I totally understand that universities want to maintain that. Is extremely important that they do maintain it. However, there are, in my opinion, better ways in which it could be done. Not that I know personally, because like I don't fully know how the system works and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure there are ways in which they don't invade other people's privacy or personal space, especially where it's not needed. And I feel like they could find like a better balance between maintaining the integrity also while respecting, the privacy of different students and whatnot.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cool.
Let me say one thing before we. I think a lot of students share the same viewpoint that there is better ways, and I think everybody agrees that there are better ways. But yet somehow nobody seems to know what these better ways are. So until we can figure out what these better ways are, I think we should just stick to the process that we have now, amend it, adjust it, modify it, and continue to grow from it instead of just saying there's better ways without providing an actual solution.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So I just can I real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. So us students, we're supposed to learn, right? So we're not quite the experts in this category. However, as far if I recall correctly, there was a proctor tracking tool that was used. I believe it was for the CHRP degree. Don't quote me on this, but there was a specific degree that they used that seemed to be a bit more realistic, a bit more. actually, don't quote me on that because I don't quite remember exactly what it is. However, the takeaway that I want to make from this is it should be the responsibility of those who are making money, like the Proctortrack company is making a living. They're making money out of this, right? This is their business. I personally believe that should be their responsibility to find solutions that's suitable for both parties. Really, it's like the government, right? Like we have issues in certain aspects of our country, but like it's not like me as a student's responsibility to find a solution. We just know that there's a problem there and that like a solution should be sought after and not just accept mediocre program.
All right, so fellas, we're gonna end it off right here. So Hafiz, let them know where they could find you at. Your social medias,
Sweet.
YouTube. You got a podcast.
So you can find me on.
Poppin'?
Yeah, thank you. Amazing guest, by the way. So you can find me on pretty much all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, even YouTube. Just search up "Is That Hafiz?" That's my username across all of them. And yeah, so podcast is also available on Spotify, Apple Music, and pretty much any other social media platform. And yeah, you could find me on any of those platforms. And,
Great. And Valentino, you're in the dark.
you, bro.
You're
Thank
like
you.
a Revenge of the Sith. You thought this was a bad idea. Let them know where they can find you if you want to be found.
Bad like that, yo.
That's not a problem. I got an Instagram account, mharv. Also, if they're looking to book events, we run an entertainment company, Martini Plus. Also, if they need student rentals, they can contact me. They can contact me through Instagram. They can contact me through email. I'm here to help students. I'm here to assist them with affordable living. So if they need to get in touch with me, let me know, and I'll find them a place to live at a very good price.
Sounds good.
Sweet.
All right, fellas. Thank you very much. So, audience, is it a good idea, bad idea that Western may be replacing Proctortrack? I'll let you decide. Peace.